This video will be a full tour and documentation of this 2014 Ford Edge SEL.
This Edge is painted in mineral gray metallic.
First, you got your Secura code. The front door panels do have storage areas with bottle holders. And of course, you get power windows, power door locks, and power mirrors.
This SEL has the charcoal gray interior with leather seats.
The driver's seat is fully power adjusted. The front passenger seat is also partially power adjusted. And now, let's go ahead and start the engine. On the key, you've got the buttons for lock, unlock, panic, and power tailgate release.
The Edge is a midsize crossover offered by Ford that made its debut for the 2007 model year. As of the 2022 model year, the Edge is in its second generation. However, 2022 looks to be the final year for the Edge, at least in North America. The Edge served as sort of a middle ground between the compact Escape and the midsize Explorer. The Edge was a midsize SUV like the Explorer, but it was shorter and only had 2 rows of seats. Anyhow, this 2014 we have here represents the first generation of the Edge, which was made from model years 2007 through 2014, and received a substantial update for 2011. The first-gen Edge rides on the Ford CD3 platform, which was also used by the first-generation Mazda CX-9, in addition to the Edge's luxury counterpart, the first-gen Lincoln MKX. It also served as the platform for the Ford Fusions and Mazda 6s of the era. The 2011 update gave the Edge a heavily revised exterior, a just about all-new interior, and some new engine options, on top of new features and tech. The US market Edge comes in the following trim levels for the 2014 model year: SE, SEL, Limited, and Sport. 3 engines are offered across the range. SE through Limited models are available with either a 3.5-liter V6 making 285 horsepower, which is also what this one has, or a 2-liter Turbo 4 which makes less power but more torque. As for the Sport trim, it comes with a 3.7-liter V6 which makes 305 horsepower, as well as a Sport-tuned suspension. The transmission is solely a 6-speed automatic, and your drivetrain options are front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive, although 4-cylinder models are exclusively front-wheel drive. Competitors in 2014 for the Edge included the Hyundai Santa Fe Sport, Chevy Equinox, and Jeep Cherokee, to name a few. In Ford's 2014 US crossover lineup, the midsize Edge is slotted between the compact Escape and the larger 3-row Explorer.
Now the instrument cluster houses one analog gauge, which is your speedometer, and then on either side there are these digital information displays which can be controlled via their corresponding set of controls on each side of the steering wheel. So for this one, you can see you can configure what it has right there. Right now it's got fuel gauge and your tachometer. And you've got some menus right here. Of course, you've got your trip computers, that kind of stuff. Different things you can display, as you can see. Fuel economy info. See some of the safety features this one has. And then like vehicle settings, that kind of stuff. Now on this side, sort of corresponds to the infotainment system. It is color coded, so red for entertainment, like your radio, you can change between the stations. Navigation gives you a compass, and then phone for pairing a phone. Color coded ties in with the MyFordTouch that we'll go over in a bit. It has a 4-spoke design, leather-wrapped, multifunctional steering wheel. There are sport grips at 10 and 2. As for controls, on the top of each spoke, you have your information display controls for the gauge cluster. And on this side, you have your cruise control, as well as your volume, seek track, hands-free phone, and voice command controls on this side. It is a tilt and telescopic steering wheel. The parking brake is foot operated. You have your headlight controls, power tailgate release, air vent for the driver. Right here is your exterior lighting stock. And on this side is your wiper stock. Going down the center of the interior, you have your air vents up top, your touchscreen interface for your MyFordTouch infotainment system. You've got your CD player slot, passenger airbag indicator, and your hazard light button. Below that, you have your volume power knob, along with your seat track and tuning. Now, you've also got your dual zone automatic climate controls below that, along with a physical fan speed and power knob. And all of these buttons are actually not buttons, they are touch sensitive. Just tap it and it works like a touch screen. It also has 3-stage heated front seats, which you can control in the climate area of the MyFordTouch. There is also it's sort of like a floating dashboard. As you can see, you've got storage behind it. And then on the side here is a power outlet. Putting it in reverse does reveal a backup camera. Next to the gear shifter are 2 cup holders. And in here, you've got a center console, of course. And you have AV ports, your SD card slot, a couple USB ports, and another power outlet. This one's got the original sticker. Check out the packages and options that this one had. I do love those 18-inch chrome rims that this one was optioned with. got an auto-dimming rearview mirror. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors and lights. Front passenger also gets a grab handle. On the overhead console, you got your overhead lighting, along with a sunglass holder. Now we'll have a look at the MyFordTouch system. Ford used this, they started using it around 2011 when the 2011 generation of the Explorer came out, and also the Edge got that big revamp. And a couple other cars, they started using this as their main infotainment system. 2016 is when it got replaced by Sync 3. Anyways, we're on the home screen. You got the 4 quadrants, color-coded. Phone for pairing a phone is yellow. Green for navigation. Got your navigation map. Red for entertainment, your radio, that kind of stuff. Lots of ways to listen to music. You got AM, FM, Sirius XM. Even got a CD player, USB port, and Bluetooth audio streaming as well. And then anything else you might have plugged into any of the various ports. I guess it wasn't really until the late 2010s that they really stopped having CD players on cars, but at least I think. I don't know. And then blue for climate controls, which you already saw earlier, but 3-stage heated seats for the front. In addition to the 4 quadrants, you got in the middle here the home shortcut button and your info button. Sync services, Sirius XM Travel Link. If you have subscription for that, you get weather, local sports, fuel prices, all that kind of stuff. And then this is for settings and whatnot. Display settings, sound settings, vehicle settings, all that kind of stuff. Anyhow, we'll now roll down the driver's window. The driver's window is fully automatic. And have a look at the engine bay.
This SEL comes with the optional chrome-clad 5 split-spoke 18-inch alloy rims. This Edge SEL is powered by Ford's TI VCT 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine. It's a dual overhead cam 24-valve power plant, which produces 285 horsepower at 6,500 RPM and 253 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM. Sending that power to all 4 wheels of this Edge is a 6-speed automatic transmission with a manual mode. Running on regular unleaded with a 19.2-gallon fuel tank, the all-wheel drive Edge with the 3.5-liter V6 gets an estimated 18 mpg in the city and 25 mpg on the highway. It has a McPherson strut front suspension and a multi-link rear suspension. Bringing it to a stop are disc brakes at all 4 corners with ventilated front units. Base curb weight for all-wheel drive 3.5-liter Edges is 4,226 pounds. With the 3.5 V6 engine, you're also able to tow up to 3,500 pounds when properly equipped.
As you saw earlier, the fuel door is located on the driver's side. The rear door panels also have storage areas with bottle holders. (60/40) split folding rear seats to aid cargo space. Both front seats do have storage pockets in the backs. Got rear air vents, along with a power outlet back here. Rear passengers do get coat hooks, along with grab handles on the B-pillars. And there's also a folding center armrest with 2 cup holders. Now, space back here for someone who's about 6 foot tall, 6 foot, 6'1". Legroom is actually not the greatest ever. I do believe I put the driver's seat where I would have it if I was driving. Maybe I would have it actually a little bit further forward. But headroom is actually very, very good. No complaints about headroom at all. But legroom is a bit tight, especially, you know, this being a mid-size crossover and not a compact, like an Escape. But it's not the most uncomfortable thing. I could still ride back here and be pretty much fine. I can, you know, stretch around, get comfortable, you know, and it ain't too bad. It does have dual exhaust, your rear wiper, and it does have a power tailgate.
The Edge offers 32.2 cubic feet of cargo space when the rear seats are upright. If you fold those rear seats down, you then get 68.9 cubic feet of space.
Also got a power outlet back here. And with this button, or with these 2 buttons, you're able to fold down the second row seats, just like that. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2014 Ford Edge. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.